this, glutathione that. I want you to hear from Andrew what this is about, why it's important, and why it's something you should consider. We are doing phenomenal pricing, and actually the launch of a new large size as a today's special. Largest size is now 480 capsules. Thrilled to report that we are able to bring this in at under $100. Normal price will be over 3 times that at $319.90. So you're saving $220. It's tremendous. Our amazing production team, led by Brian, just let me know that we are extremely busy, and hsn.com is going to be your fastest way in, or you can scan the QR code, or you can download the HSN mobile app, whichever's easiest for you. Andrew, you must sense it certainly more than any of us, but the demand for glutathione seems to be on a real upward trajectory.
Yeah, especially you hear a lot about glutathione when you hear people talk about NAD or NMN,
right,
or NR, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, all these interesting other molecules that don't have, I wish they had the science because they're interesting molecules, but they do not. Glutathione, the science on glutathione, when I started my company in 1979, one of the original tasks I set out to accomplish was to figure out how to deliver glutathione orally in a way that would work. It was a bit of a fool's errand because at that time, the technology wasn't available because glutathione is a tripeptide. As a tripeptide, our digestive system digests tripeptides into their constituent amino acids. So I couldn't deliver glutathione. You could swallow it, but the acids and the peptidases, the proteolytic enzymes in your stomach would break it down. So you wouldn't be absorbing glutathione. It took decades before someone figured out how to deliver what's called a reduced glutathione such that it was observed and studied and delivered the benefits of glutathione when taken orally. It took about 30 years for that to occur. We then validated it for a couple of years before we introduced the product. And today is largest sizes, best pricing, because this was a low demand product initially. We only had our smaller sizes, right, but now we have larger sizes. We also, when we first introduced it, it had an odor. That's because glutathione is a sulfur-containing, it's as a tripeptide. One of the most critical components of that tripeptide is an amino acid called cysteine, which is a sulfur-containing amino acid. And sulfur-containing amino acids typically have kind of a sulfury smell, which most people don't enjoy. So even though the product was perfect, we got some bad reviews because of the odor. So we had to set to work on that, and we eliminated the odor. So now it's a perfect product, and the reviews are back on track. I think the reviews are about 4.5 stars or something like that. But again, to summarize what glutathione is, inside every one of our cells are billions and billions of molecules, and that cell is like its own living universe. It has to make all its own energy. It performs its own breakdown and digestion, so to speak, of molecules. It has to do all the work of building and creating its own proteins. So it's a busy system that goes on inside every single cell in our body. And when work is going on, waste products are created. There's oxidative fallout. So it's like when you're burning fuel and creating energy. Right. And inside our cells, our mitochondria are burning fuel, creating energy. We're either oxidizing beta oxidation of fats, we're oxidizing carbohydrates, glucose. So all of that work comes with fallout. And that fallout is something that the cell has to contend with. And the single most important molecule by far in terms of protecting the work of every single cell from the fallout, the consequences of life. Life has consequences. And inside every cell, the single most important molecule protecting us from the consequences of that cell sustaining its own life is glutathione. And not by a little bit, but by an extremely significant margin, it is the most important protective compound that our body produces. As we age, our body produces less and less. What's great, if you read the research on this form of glutathione that I'm delivering here, it's been shown that when delivered orally, it increases our cellular reserves of glutathione, that they actually see benefits. There's There's some studies that show benefits to our skin in terms of wrinkling to our skin. So some of the typical oxidative stress that we would experience, observations have shown that when delivering glutathione in an orally available form such as this, you're delivering it to your body in a form that works and delivers benefits.
I get very protective over Andrew's supplements. I really do. You know, people often approach me and talk to me about vitamins because by default that I spend so much time with you, Andrew, they think I know everything. Of course, I wish I did. But I am really always very much the advocate that whatever you are seeing out there, whatever buzz, your energy or excitement you're seeing out there, please look to Andrew and Andrew's supplements. If you're hearing about glutathione, we go to Andrew's glutathione because no question, it's going to be better. I want to read 2 or 3 reviews so you see what these folks have been saying. First one says, grateful for Andrew Lessman. I take other supplements he makes and trust his process. There you go. I tried this because I read it could help. I didn't expect to see any difference. I'm a natural skeptic, but I feel so much better taking glutathione. It's incredible. I'm grateful for the support so far. It makes me feel great. I've been taking glutathione for a couple weeks now, along with a lot of other Andrew Lessman supplements that I've taken for a long time. And I really have noticed a difference. It's hard to explain, but I just feel better. So glad I got this, and it will be a permanent addition to my daily vitamin regimen. Thanks, Andrew. Fountain of Youth. I took the first capsule in the morning. I went about my day as usual. Around 3 p.m., I noticed how good I felt, both physically and mentally. I thought it was my imagination, so I took another capsule the next morning. I had another wonderful day. Up and out early, finished my work early. I do physical work, and I'm over 60 years of age. Glutathione has made me feel better. I'll do one more. Excellence. 10-star product. Andrew Lessman's products have changed my life, and I'm living healthy. Andrew Lessman cares, and the information he gives I never received before, and I thank him for that information. Listening to his information and using his cookbooks, I've been very pleased with my results. I will buy again and again. Thank you. Andrew, the thing that really stuck out to me about glutathione, and there's all this information, is that simply as we age, our glutathione drops, but it also is hindered with daily situations. It might be stress, it might be anxiety, it might be environmental toxins. There's a lot of things working away at our glutathione levels, right?
Well, even if we have a perfect life, even if we don't do anything wrong, we don't have to take medications, our cells are working perfectly, we don't drink any alcohol, even if we're angels, life itself is extremely demanding on a cellular level. And we need to have extraordinarily high levels of glutathione throughout our lifetime. The levels of glutathione that exist inside our cells when we're 50 are less than they were when we were 30. They're less than they were when we were 40. So as we go through life, glutathione just becomes less and less abundant, less and less available. And unfortunately, for decades, there were folks selling glutathione supplements before there was a proven way to deliver it orally. Now it's been proven, it's been established that you can deliver it orally. The ingredient we have in our product has the clinical science and the clinical support. I was just thrilled to be able to offer glutathione will enhance the reserves that we all possess and that shrink as we age. So again, glutathione is the single most important molecule that protects every cell in our body, that detoxifies every cell in our body, because detoxification isn't something we do as an act intentionally. Detoxification is something that all our cells do on a daily, constant basis to keep us alive. And glutathione is the single most important molecule in that we deal with the fallout, the consequences of life itself. The glutathione, it's called the master antioxidant. I prefer to call it the master protective compound because that's what it's doing. It's protecting us from all the chemical fallout of existence. And if we can increase our reserves for a fraction of the price, my original capsules of this were almost $1 a capsule. To think that we have it now for 20 cents a capsule for this today's special is just a phenomenal opportunity.
So let's just review that for a second, because we are obviously launching our today's specials right now. We did Ultimate Eye Support. and lutein and zeaxanthin, with astaxanthin or without. This is glutathione, best pricing ever, best pricing of the year. So best pricing of the year and best pricing ever, especially now with the launch of this brand new size. This is not inexpensive by any stretch of the imagination. There's a lot of people out there charging a lot of money. There is a 30, 60, 120, 240, or 480. That's where the pricing will be when the today's special is over. So, for example, 240 caps is $179.90, 480 is $319.90. Right now, you can get that largest size. I mean, heavens above, you can get 480 capsules for the same regular price as 120 capsules. Pennies per day, you're saving $220. And Andrew, as I know you've always been proud and a proud supporter of, one of the real benefits of HSN as the world's first shopping channel is that we have a no quibble money back guarantee, which is 30 days, no matter what you buy from us. You are always putting the customer in control, and that's important, especially when you're trying something new like this.
No, that's something when I first went on QVC, now it's 36 years ago.
Yep.
And then came to HSN. I love the fact, I remember when I said to Joe Siegel, I was kind of asking about the money back guarantee, and his response simply, why would I ever want someone to have to keep something they don't like?
Right.
Which is the way it ought to be. And so I'm thrilled that we have the lowest return rate by far of any product at HSN or QVC. But I'm also thrilled by the fact that the only reason you should ever keep my product is because you love it and because the product is performing. And if it doesn't, you should let me know why, because just like on glutathione, I'm responsive. I'm responsible for these products. So if you let me know that there's an issue with the product, even though it doesn't affect the benefit, and on this product it was that it had a little bit of a sulfur smell, we got busy and we changed it. How many other companies do you know that would, in a matter of probably 6 to 12 months, will entirely change a product to keep you happy?
Not many people do. I mean, that's just the reality of it, and we know that to be true. To Andrew, to your point, obviously, I'm saying the quiet part out loud, but it's easy to sell anything. But if the person receiving it doesn't like it, they're just going to send it back. We don't want you to send it back. We want you to love what you buy. The way to solve that is to present and offer a wonderful, incredible product right from the get-go. And that is at the heart and soul of all Andrew's supplements. You can buy with confidence, knowing that you cannot buy better. In our final 60 seconds, we still have more to come. We have a monthly special and a summer special. Efficiency as well is back for a quick couple minutes. Andrew, anything final you want to say about glutathione?
Just that the pricing is fantastic because when we're getting this set for today's special and increasing the sizes, we were able to get even better pricing for our raw material, and that's why this was just an incredible opportunity that I didn't see in advance. So it's a great savings. We made this at the last second, these new sizes, so I hope you take advantage of them.
As so many of the reviewers have said, who take many of Andrew's supplements, they've tried glutathione, they've heard about it, they're excited about it, and they're seeing those benefits as well. So I'm excited for you to try it also. 090697 is the item number. If you are checking out in your shopping cart, remember, it's all free shipping and handling, which is important to know. Always on